Mr. Chairman. Mr. Issa just made reference to how important it is for us to display our commitment to the Constitution and to commit to defend it aggressively. So I'd like to offer an amendment to the amendment, adding in the second paragraph where the chair may designate an individual to lead the Pledge of Allegiance, to add the following language. Provided, however, the pledge shall not be led by an individual who supported an insurrection against the government of the United States in any way. Because I think if we adopt this amendment, then we will be truthful in representing that stating this pledge is an affirmation of your defense of democracy and the Constitution. It's hard to take that claim seriously if, in fact, an individual who in any way supported an insurrection against the government of the United States is allowed to lead the pledge. So I would ask Mr. Gaetz to accept this friendly amendment, and I look forward to supporting it.
Would the gentleman yield for
I first ask Mr. Gaetz if he'll support the amendment, to make sure that someone who led an insurrection against the United States doesn't make a mockery of the Pledge of Allegiance and stand before this committee with their hand over their heart claiming to support the Constitution.
Mr. Cicilline, my concern would be if your definition of an insurrection is objecting to electors, then there would be many Democrats on the committee that wouldn't be eligible to lead the pledge, since so many
That's not my definition of an insurrection.
The last Republican president to get sworn in absent Democrat objectors was George Herbert Walker Bush.
Claiming my time, Mr. Gaetz, I will allow the chairman to determine whether or not someone has participated in insurrection in the United States. I think this language is important.
Would the gentleman further yield?
I'm asking Mr. Gaetz, will you now accept the amendment?
Well, I'm concerned that you may be disqualifying too many of your own members, Mr. Cicilline.
I'm not concerned about that at all. Then agree to the amendment. Let's make this real. If you want to give someone the right to stand before the House Judiciary Committee and lead the Pledge of Allegiance at a bare minimum, let's guarantee that that person has not participated or supported or in any way helped an overthrow of the government of the United States.
Would the gentleman yield?
It's like a simple proposition.
Now, that moment was from the House Judiciary Rules meeting. So the Judiciary Committee wasn't even kind of in session yet. This wasn't even really an official hearing. This was just the committee rules, as you can see there on the C-SPAN graphic. So, you know, what's to come over the next 2 years is a lot more of this. Democrats totally embarrassing these Republicans who are trying to get the upper hand politically by doing stunts like this, like Matt Gaetz' amendment to, or whoever's amendment it is, to say the Pledge of Allegiance before every committee hearing. You know, the Democrats didn't do that, but we Republicans, we're the real patriots here. Which reminds me of this Dunning-Kruger effect, which is, oftentimes the person with the dumbest person in the room will think they're the smartest, which is the same case with Republicans thinking they're the most patriotic when in fact they're the least, especially Matt Gaetz, right? He's the worst with this, right? Because Matt Gaetz was the one who said who requested a pardon, a blanket pardon from Donald Trump because of his meetings with Donald Trump and the White House talking about the insurrection that was going to take place, which is why David Cicilline didn't even have to say Matt Gaetz' name in order to essentially point right to him and say, like, oh, you want to talk about the Pledge of Allegiance? Well, you won't be leading it because you're a traitor to the country, essentially. So this is just the beginning of the Judiciary Committee, like literally the rules markup, and it's going to get really exciting over the next couple years because these Republicans are reaching and they're grasping for straws, and the Democrats, who of course have the high ground because they speak to truth, they're held accountable by Democratic leadership. We're going to constantly see them rebuffing these lunatic Republicans, these delusional Republicans. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be great to see, because that's how you defeat the Republican Party. You make them look like the morons that they are. You make them look like the corrupt ghouls that they are. So David Cicilline, well done. Can't wait to see more from this. If you like this video, be sure to share it with your friends on social media, and subscribe to the channel on YouTube and follow our page on Facebook. If you want to help directly contribute to videos, be sure to go check out our Patreon page. Link is down below. Thanks again for watching.